Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 86. My name is Jason Erpelding. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and BuyandSellDVC.com.
And today is September 28th, 2022. So your 11th month window is going to be August 28th, 2023. The 7th month window is April 28th, 2023. As always, you can find DVC Rental at DVC-Rental.com. Remember the dash to save the cash. The buy and sell side is BuyandSellDVC.com. And we're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. So you can find us everywhere. So tune into your favorite social media app and be sure to subscribe on the buy and sell side of things so we can get the numbers up to 1,000. And we're going to start on the buy and sell side of things. And this is, kind of a follow-up regarding the annual dues. So, if you're an owner out there and you're looking to put your property on the market for whatever reason, maybe you change how you vacation, kids are getting older, and you're wondering, well, how do the dues work for 2023? So if you were to list your property now, and let's just say it's a 200-point property, it has all 200 points coming in 2023, you list it, let's say it takes a little bit to find a buyer, and of course it takes about 8 weeks to close once we find a buyer. If you happen to get the dues bill, before it closes, just be advised that if the agreement's set to close before February 15th, you don't have to pay any part of your bill because it'll be paid and closed before then. You won't have to endure any late fees. If you end up paying any part of your bill, if you pay monthly and you end up paying 1 month of dues or 2 months of dues, you'll get those 2 months back. If you pay it in one lump sum, you would get that money back at closing. That's how everything works with the dues. And of course, moving forward, if you list your property, November, December, January, February, and you have the regular points coming for 2023, generally speaking, the buyer's going to pay the dues on those points and you're going to get those dues back. However you pay, everything's settled at closing. So, the closing company is going to get what's called an estoppel report from Disney. It's going to show how you pay your dues. You pay it monthly, okay? And, they're going to reimburse you accordingly. And you don't have to worry about, I just sent the documents back, but a payment just came out. Trust me, the closing company is going to make sure that Disney does not get any extra money. The closing company is not going to get any extra money. Everything's going to get worked out so you get the correct funds at closing. Now, if you've already used your 2023 points when you list your property, sell your property, then of course, you're going to be responsible for the annual dues on the points that you've used from 2023. So it's not too exciting today on the buy and sell side of things, but it's important out there for sellers to know, how the reimbursement gets worked on dues. And remember, dues are paid on a calendar basis, not a use-year basis. So if you have a December use-year, that bill that let's just say you pay in one lump sum, that bill you pay by February 15th, that's for the points that are coming December 1st, 2023. If you have a February use year, you pay that bill, it's for the points that are coming or came 2/1/2023. So there'll be a quiz later on that, so hopefully you took good notes. And now we're on to the food review from Scott Ferrioli.
Ty, do your thing.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
So after a couple of weeks where we were in Walt Disney World, I'm going back over to California because I still have a lot of food that we were able to try out for the first time that I have not gone over yet. And this is at California Adventure. This was at the PIM Test Kitchen. So the whole thing is that this is based on Ant-Man and PIM, where they're able to shrink and grow, whether it's people or different items. And this is the celestial-sized Choco Smash candy bar. So this candy bar is like this big, it's thick, it's a giant candy bar. I'd say it's probably the size if you took like 3 to 4 Snickers bars and kind of like put them together, that's probably the size of this candy bar. So it's a giant candy bar. And it's actually like busted out the size of the wrapper when they serve it to you. So it's a lot of fun. They've also got giant pretzels and giant chicken sandwiches. But this one is it's a dark chocolate, peanuts, caramel, nougat, and chocolate brownie inside. Definitely the most expensive candy bar I've ever bought. I believe it's $7.99. And it was good to split it between, I'm saying 4 to 6 people. I cut off pieces and was just giving it to the people that we were with. So it was easy to share with a large group of people. It is a giant candy bar. All of us thought the taste of the candy bar was actually really good. It was much better than expected. I mean, if they sold this in stores, I would absolutely get this. I thought it was actually fantastic. I give it an 8.9. It's one of those things that I'm not sure if I went back there, if I'd get this again, just because it's an $8 candy bar. But I mean, it's to split with people, absolutely worth it. You wouldn't want to get this by yourself. It's gigantic, but it was actually really, really good, and I was quite impressed with them.
So when you say better than expected, so you thought you were going to buy this fancy candy bar and it wasn't going to live up to your...
I didn't think it was going to be good as when Disney's kind of like making their own candy bar. They might import it, I don't even know. But I think they're making their own candy bars. I don't know, but I figured it probably wasn't going to be as good as something you get that you've grown up with your whole life. You know, Snickers, Milky Way, something that's, from Hershey, from Mars, so something that, they specialize in this. I figured this was it's going to be a novelty. It's going to be some big candy bar, you'll taste it, you'll be like, oh, it's decent, it's nothing special. But I mean, this thing was really, really good. I was really impressed. I think it was better than a lot of the candy bars that candy bar companies are actually putting out. So very, very happy with this.
And can you just go through what was included in that again?
It's dark chocolate, peanuts, caramel, nougat, and chocolate brownie in there. The chocolate brownie part's the differentiating factor in there that you wouldn't expect. But it was, again, when I took a knife, I was literally just cutting pieces off and just giving it to people to try it in our group. And it was really, really good.
The reason I asked is because there's always a debate on, how people pronounce caramel or caramel. So I wasn't sure what you.
So you want me to? So you just wanted me to do it just to see what you make fun of me if I said it odd. You're like, it's supposed to be caramel.
I don't think there's. I think it's like 50-50 on what people say. I don't know.
I think you're right. I say caramel. What do you say?
So that's the thing is, I'm not sure what I say because caramel. See, I'm not.
I always say caramel. The one that gives me is Caribbean and Caribbean.
Oh.
I interchangeably use them. It's Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean. It's the same to me. It's not like they both sound correct to me. But for this one, I always say caramel, never caramel.
I'm not sure. I think I might be. I'm not sure if I always. I'm not sure. So that's why I had to go back because I wasn't even sure what. So yeah, I don't.
You know what? For a little fun, put down in the comments if you spell it. Break it out. Do you say caramel or do you say caramel? So let us know. I don't know if it's a regional thing. Again, I'm from originally New York. I don't know if that's all caramel, and if in the South and the Midwest maybe it's more caramel, or just again let us know how you pronounce it and where you're from too. Tell us where you're from, how you pronounce it. Help us out, please.
Yes, please.
The big caramel debates of 2022.
And now we're on to the DVC rental side of things.
On the rental side, I just wanted to mention that you definitely need to check out our deals page on the website. If you go to the URL, it's dvc-rental.com/deals. Or if you just go to the main website, there's deals buttons all over the place. We've had a ton of discounted reservations recently that are like 75% or more off of Disney's prices. Normally, we charge $25 per point. That includes our insurance as well for you. That comes free of charge. And that's a big discount off of Disney's prices. We've had a lot of these going in the $10 and $12 per point range. So, I mean, there's some huge savings. Recently, we've had a lot of people come in for whatever reason. They've had last minute points. My points are expiring in 3 weeks. Help me out. So we've had a lot of last minute availability pop up for crazy prices that honestly we have not seen in probably 8 years or so. So, I mean, if you're thinking of going and if you've got flexibility, if you're a local, definitely check out the deals page because there's tons of last minute stuff on there that just blow your mind. I mean, we had stuff under $100 a night for deluxe, DVC rooms. I mean, that's insane.
And I think it's important, like if you're new to renting, I mean, I think it's important that, you say, well, this, some people say, well, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. But what he's trying to say is they've had members, I guess maybe they have an October use share or, December use share, and, they've already banked their points. And so these points are expiring. So they have to be used. They can't bank them again. They have to be used in this window here. And so in order to get them rented out, they have to put them at a discounted rate. And that's why the opportunity is there for you. Because if somebody comes to them and say, I have points and they can be used in the next 2 years, they're not using these points for their reservations. These are points that have to be used. That's why it's an opportunity. And
this is definitely not the norm.
Yeah, definitely.
It's $10, $12 a point is not the norm. A lot of times, if they're discounted, it'll be $18 a point, $20 a point. So this is well below anything we've had in a while, just because there's been so limited availability left, and the stuff is coming in last minute. So it's one of those things that don't expect this going forward. Don't sit there and say, I'm holding. I've got a spring break vacation I want next year. I'm holding off until I find $12 points. Odds are it's not going to be there. This has just been a string of stuff that we've had recently that you can't rely on. It's one of those things that if you find this amazing, like clearance vacation, grab it while you see it, because you're probably not going to see it again.
Right, because it's on the buy and sell side of things. Sometimes you get that seller that says, listen, different circumstances, I need this sold, I need to price it under market value, I'm paying the closing costs, even though the buyer's getting points, I'm going to pay the dues. And then some buyers are like, what's going on here? It's just, it's an opportunity because of certain circumstances. The same thing here. Opportunity, take advantage of it, jump on it.
It's nothing shady like where you sit there. Why is this car so cheap? Because there's a problem with it. I mean, this is a contract. This is a room. There's nothing that can be wrong with it. It's not like this room is locked in and you've got a view of the dumpsters. I mean, or the contract has problems. There's these are set specific things. There's nothing that can be wrong with them. It just happens to be a situation where the stuff is being, is blown out in a great sale. So I honestly take advantage of it. There's nothing wrong with them when we get them. If we had an old Key West room that was like $90 a week or so ago, just because it was $90 doesn't mean it's a bad room. It's the same room that Disney's charging $600 for. It just happens to be a situation where we've got to get rid of it for the DVC member to help them out. So it's a great opportunity for you, whether you're renting or whether you're buying, when you find one of these amazing deals.
I mean, even, sometimes, I'm sure it's rare, but sometimes I see it, especially on the deals, like when it gets this low, is where a member's like, okay, I already have a reservation booked using my own points, but this is such a good deal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to book this, cancel that reservation, bank the points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Save your own points that are good for a while and take advantage of these ones that are an amazing deal that are expiring. Yep.
So thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll let us know how you pronounce caramel or caramel. That's I personally
caramel.
think it's a 50-50 thing. And but let us know what you think, and be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and be sure to come back and join us next week.
I'm getting hungry. I can go for some caramel right now. Have a great day.